Mills here. I now possess vast swaths of the Black Desert. Vast swaths. That's a fun word to say. I'm going to give an update. This is going to be an update video. Because stuff has been going on, and also because, tragically, I had a hard drive fail, and it took a bunch of footage with it, including the hard-won footage that captured the capture of the Palace of Pain, which is what I'm standing on top of right now. So I'm going to paint you a word picture and maybe use actual pictures of me looking at things to describe what happened here. First of all, I'm at the top of the world, you see. Not the world, the top of this cavern. And there were 5 fun boxes here. And I ended up pillaring up to get to them. You see here is my... There we go. That's how I got up here. And then I had to just bridge across over here to shut these things down. Because what happens is that they were raining down horribleness down below, thusly, from up there down to this level. And so, yeah, you can imagine what this level was like. I actually poked my head out right here. I don't want to fall right now, but I poked my head out, and I was just whacking at things and whacking at things for, I don't know, I must have killed, I don't know, 4 dozen things, trying to get light out. But of course it was futile because I wasn't sure if they were spawning here, but I pretty much got the picture that they were spawning from up above, and there's no amount of light down here was going to prevent that from happening. So very dangerous. There was a lot of XP out here, but I lost it all because I couldn't get down here quick enough by the time I got up there and shut things down. But here in the middle, we've got ourselves some brown wool. So we managed to get that going. Hooray for brown wool. Now, one of the reasons that I came up through 4 layers of obsidian to get to these corners, all 4 corners, is that there were gas spawners on all 4 corners. So this whole time that I'm working down in this building, trying to figure out how to get up here, there were ghasts just spawning everywhere. They were everywhere. So I had to put a stop to that. So 4 layers of obsidian there, which was not a problem with my diamond tools. But imagine if all you had were like stone tools or something. That'd be a problem. So I've got this path that kind of winds its way all the way around here. But what you have here now, that was, let's see, me poking around trying to see if I could get out, is fun boxes in the 4 corners. So this was a fun box right here. And over on this side here, this is the inside of the chamber. This was a fun box. And sure enough, another one. And let's see, how do I get over to the other side? Oh, I dropped down. Let's go up here. Sure. And then another fun box right there, down below. So I'm climbing up through the inside of this thing. This is where I was trying to climb out from the outside. Yeah. So here I thought to myself, oh, maybe I can climb up this way. No. Cannot do it. Gas. And of course, even once I got up there, it would be hopeless because there was just nothing but awfulness. So this is a good view of this level here, which had nothing but, like, basically where every one of those torches is, was a skeleton spawner. So it was nothing but skeletons on this whole level. And of course it was pitch black. All of this was pitch black. So that's fun. Let's see, how do we get down? Alright, this perimeter here just has these little weird chambers. This is where I'd poke my head out and try to kill ghasts because they were just driving me insane. And yeah, these weren't too bad though. You could reach them pretty easily, take care of them. Let's go around here. Right, and then here's this middle section. Middle section takes you up here. And it gets you to a room here that has red wool. There were a couple of other chests here that had some goodies in it. So in the heart of this thing, beats red wool. So let's get back down. Actually, I think it's this way. Yes. All right, so the obsidian was already here. It's pretty much the sandstone and cobblestone is me. And then now here we are at the level of right. So, okay, so spiders were constantly climbing up from down there. That's a fun box. That's a fun box, or was. So you get the idea. Now these, I decided I was not going to mess with. I built a platform out there and I just dynamited all of them. And it was very satisfying. So once I secured these ramparts here, it was pretty straightforward to just drop dynamite right onto their heads, onto their pointy heads. There were spawners in these corners here. There were 2 gas spawners, either on the row above or on this. No, it was on the row above, I think. There were 2 gas spawners in the back. And yeah, so that was, as you can see, in the corners and down there, Funbox City. So let's go this way. Yeah, there's this little middle zigzag path here that leads to this, should you want to go here. Yeah, I did poke my head out a couple of times, enough to realize that it was pretty dangerous down here. This is part of the formation here, part of the structure rather. But had a couple creeper close calls and some scary stuff like that. I know there's a way out of here. Here we go. So out here, this was all clear except for the fun boxes on the 4 corners. So obviously it wasn't clear at all. There were things everywhere. Here, this is a creeper incident right here. And the 4 corners had, you know, different spawners of different varieties as well. And there were a couple of chests in some of these corners with some needed tools. I did notice at the front entrance that a creeper went off, and then baddies were falling down below this level here, so there must have been something below. So that led me to investigate this bit of fun, which is not as bad as it looked, actually, apart from being completely dark. The lava moat, which is now obsidianized from the top, it had like a row here of sort of pouring lava, but it didn't extend into this gravel area. But look at all this gravel. And of course, I was just terrified that this was just one giant trap. So I did what only a sensible person would do, and that was to put out torches ahead of myself, dig from solid ground, dig and put some sandstone, and then repeat. So I kind of hopscotched my way through this whole thing. You see there's like a weird pattern almost of what I can reach, the extent of my reach as I put sandstone everywhere. And that's what I did for this whole area until I realized that it was all pretty stable. I think this was where creepers exploded. Right here you see the cobblestone. So that's that's where I discovered, or rather where I learned about how this works. This is the entrance here, which we're going to see in a second. So that's the obsidian entrance to it. But down here there was nothing except that which hides in the dark. But sure made me nervous. Oh, yes it did. So let's go back up here and conclude by heading over to the front entrance, which is right here. Let me just show you from here. Yep, spawners all the way around the perimeter. I poked my head out right here in order to make headway on all this. Skeletons falling from above, spiders crawling from below. I dug out this stair here. This thing here had a fence wall so that you can kind of see what was going on. There was a spawner there. There was a spawner there. Right here is where the creeper blew up and revealed the downstairs area. It was down under there. Oh, man, this thing was a lot of work. But, you know, all in all, it went okay. So here's the obsidianized moat, although you can still hear there's plenty of lava underneath it. And I decided to obsidianize it, even though it looks kind of ugly. I kind of liked the lava, but I don't know. I was just afraid of falling into it. In the entrance leading up to it, right here, there was a chest that had, I believe it was blue wool. And when I was trying to make my assault, my initial assault, and popping my head over, remember, lava on either side, there were creepers and things spawning in the dark and falling here. And one of them blew up and actually blew up the chest. And so there was a big pile of wool there. So I had to make a dash to grab some wool. And so, yeah, I mean, that could have ended very badly with lots of destroyed wool. So I have more blue than I need back at the camp as a result of that. But yeah, I just kind of came in here and popped up right here, and that began all this wackiness. So, but actually even before that, right up there, right at that torch, that was a gas spawner. And I just did that initial assault from here, and I kind of pillared up there, made a little ledge, gas, 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 kill, kill, kill. Things down here could shoot at me. So yeah, pressure was on, but now it is taken care of. So that's the story of the Palace of Pain. Again, footage lost to the ages. You'll just have to take my word for it. No, actually what I did was I went into God mode and I no-clipped through the whole thing and killed everything and made it super easy. So, meanwhile, as you can see, flat, 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 nothing, nothing, nothing. Not so scary now, are we, Chamber of Horrors? Lots of iron and a fair amount of gold up above. Obviously, I plugged up all the lava and, yeah, worked my way through here. All this running around makes me quite hungry. Hey, check out my multicolor. This is me just saving my diamond armor because I was up above digging up sand and not much of a threat. And I've got plenty of armor to burn. Let's eat again. I've been doing a lot of mushroom stew lately. Or soup, or what do they call it? Stew. That's been my healing dinner of choice now for a while. And yeah, over here, there were a couple, there was a fun box over in that area, and then there were two right here, and they were protecting black wool. So there is the black wool. But this half of the underground area has been neutralized. Oh, zombie. Sometimes I get excited when I see bad guys now because I just don't see them that often in the areas that I'm working in. XP. Okay, let's go over here. Actually, you can kind of see from here what I'm going to show you next, perhaps. And that is the absence of threats from the mossy cobble temple here. I went through here and I leveled this. I turned it into a freeway. Here's this side here. I don't think I've shown this leveled off before. But I came through here and I got rid of all the fun boxes and all the mossy cobblestone. Actually, this obsidian here that I'm standing on is 4 levels below the mossy cobblestone, so I excavated the whole thing and, like I said, turned it into a freeway. There are still things spawning here in these dark edges right here, but there's my animal farm, and yeah, towards the end there I stopped my my slow assault of the fun boxes. I just went on them head on. I would just run out, put light, kill things, run out further, put light, that kind of stuff. So gotta, you know, some practice doing that. Here's the current base of operations. And I think there's some new stairs that I've put up since we were here last, but yep, this goes all the way that way. And here we've seen already, we've seen that terrain, but this whole half here is now dealt with. I did excavate some more coal and things like that, but I also kind of lit up the ceiling a lot more than it used to be. But let's head over to the Mounds of Doom. So this looks pretty different now. First of all, over here, I work my way around the perimeter of the lake. So I've been around the entire lake now. This has just been an ongoing project of drudgery, of course, which is I begin with this pyramiding of these stone mounds, and then eventually I'm going to level them. Let's go over to here. Ooh, look at that weird skeleton view over that way. So this corner over here, behind this gigantic pile of gravel, is unexplored. A little bit of is lit up because I was working my way through during the pork chop episode. But yeah, back there is one of the few unexplored areas left. And then in this other direction as well. Alright, and then over in that direction, it's still pretty dark as well. Two different areas. So here, there's the spider cabin, you may recall. There was this kind of weird chamber right here. It had nothing in it, though, but it was just kind of a weird chamber. This is what you get when you excavate all that gravel. Surprise, you get a lot of gravel. This was that original fall, and I went to great pains to cap it off, and then I just wanted to make this sort of organically shaped lava skylight here, and so put a few blocks in the middle of it right around here in order to create kind of this cascade happening. So now I've got this lava lamp, if you will. Let's see, going up this way. Okay, so leveling this off, cleaning this area out, I stumbled upon this little dip down here, which still spawns things. They spawn up there on those ridges as well, so as you can see there's plenty of darkness up there. But down here, I noticed a chest. And upon investigation, green wool! Green wool. So that was a happy accident. I'm glad to see that it looks like Vechs protected this from any kind of weird cave-in because there's just stone above it, so that way it doesn't get hopelessly lost under a pile of collapsing gravel. So hooray. So got some more wool there. And yeah, now the other thing you can see, of course, from this side is more level terrain. Level. Some excavation up here, although I left some coal up there because at one point I needed to get out of this chamber because it was just driving me crazy being down here for so long, digging up so much gravel. Yeah, so there's some light over in that edge because that's where I came out when I was doing the pork chop, Operation Pork Chop video. Let's get some food. All right, and then here, as you can see, I just this was a naturally occurring opening into the lava ocean, so I just sealed it up with glass for that glassy lava look. Cleaned this up a little bit. The Tomb of the Forgotten Royals is just a little bit more accessible and symmetric. And a few more openings here, a couple isolated lava falls, as you can see. And that kind of goes up into I don't know where exactly. So that's going to be something to explore. This right here, this spot I think was the largest gravel mound that I cleared out yet. It just was a huge pile of gravel here. But over in this direction is unexplored. Yes. Inky blackness, home of skeletons and other scary things. So, probably isolate this nice lava fall, this nice big one. There's a chest right there. I'm pointing at it right now. Haven't seen what's in that chest yet. I don't know. This could all be booby-trapped. Not sure. But I'll probably go up the wall here and cap off the lava and give this time to go. I don't know. Something. That's for another time. That's for next time. All right. So let's go then up here. All right, not much work has been done on this end. So that area there is still dark. Where's the skeleton I heard? Probably up above. Okay, so let's march our way back to civilization. So I have a quadrant on my right and on my left that are completely dark. And here at the spider cabin, what I did was I actually based my measurement on the spider cabin, and I think it's here. Yeah, y = 79. And it decided that y = 79 is the magic number. Why is it the magic number? Because I'm leveling everything down to 79. The ocean is at 64, and so I'm going to make this all the way across the world 79 eventually. So you can see already this used to be that large protected area that had stairs leading up to it. It's all gone now. I'm not too worried about threats anymore because frankly threats break the monotony. They're entertaining. I have so much light out here now. This is my XP farm, you may recall. Just only modifications to it now are I have this trap door so things don't fall on my head. And I kill things from down here now. So that way I minimize the whole accidental creeper explosion. Upgraded everything to obsidian. I've got room for more records. And I built an anvil here because I was enchanting stuff with all the XP that I was accumulating. So why not cut out the middleman of having to walk back to home base. But if I had to walk back to home base, that was not a problem. Because I built this kind of ugly, it's kind of ugly stair here to get to home base more quickly and efficiently. Because I was in work mode, getting things done. So this gives access to the Victory Monument, and this just gives access to my home. Right here is the wheat, or rather the wool block that was the remains of my poor sheepy. So there's a little monument to my sheep. But here you can see I have a lot of work to do in this area still to get it down to level 79. Potatoes and carrots. And yes, chests and chests and chests of sand. Indeed. I now have gone to the ocean on all 4 cardinal directions, the one we just came from. Over that way we've been before. We'll take a quick look. But then I also have that way, and I have this way now. That direction. Thanks to Silk Touch, I seeded some grass here, although livestock does not spawn, and I think it's because there's no sunlight above it. So I believe that's how that's supposed to work. But here you go. More levelly goodness. Half of these are sandstone, and the other half is just plain sand. So let's go take a stroll, shall we? I said, let's go take a stroll, shall we? All right. I left this mountain here, this sort of skyscraper, as a monument to the arch that fell down at some indeterminate time in the past, right when the game was starting. All right, and here we start to then work our way down to the ocean. I have taken to leaving the fun boxes where they are as kind of trophies. Heading out here in the other direction to the other ocean, you saw there was a fun box there and another one right here. And there was a tree over here. And there was an odd looking pit, but turns out there was nothing down there, so that was not exciting. I do have video footage of that. Boring. But here you go. Orange wool. Found in this chest right here. So I've actually caught you up to date on all the wool that I've discovered. There were 6 different colors of wool since last we visited each other. Coming down here, you can see, yep, darkness that way, darkness that way. All right, as we head back this way, Creeper Mountain is right there, or used to be right there. There was this pit that went way down below a chest that we discovered early on in the game, and I investigated that area down below, and there was nothing down there either. So sometimes it's just red herrings. But this section here, there's my original base camp there, or from early on. Well, first let's go over here. Something might fall on my head. Things still spawn up there from time to time. But here's the coast, including a section where I was experimenting with kind of how I want to gradually get down to level 64. So I was just experimenting with a pattern. I dug all this up because when I was poking around down there, I happened upon this level that I'm pointing at right here. And it had a pattern of sandstone and smooth stone, and I thought I was onto something, but nope, that was another red herring. You know, you start looking for patterns in everything and saying, oh, is this designed? Is there something here? And sometimes there isn't. And one thing I noticed as I was cleaning up this section here to my right was this sort of symmetrical pattern that emerged. In fact, I'm kind of standing on it also. There's a bit of a cut and paste thing going on here. You can see it's symmetrical from the center right here to the left and to the right. So, you know, that's different, seeing a pattern. When I was over here, I heard zombie sounds, and so I tried to identify where they were, and they led me down to this series of chambers down below. Now let me see if I can do this without getting lost. Oh, here we go, obsidian. So over on this side, I discovered there was a dungeon here. It was not naturally occurring because there were like 3 or 4 spawners here. Zombie, I think they were. But then there were these weird obsidian items here, and it turns out, as you can see here, turns out these are the tops of the columns down below. The columns down in the sort of the temple area. Here was another spawner right here. There was no loot down here, no chests or anything. It's just this little Easter egg of, I guess, a cavern that had these posts in it. I dug my way out this way just to kind of see where the limit of the obsidian was, and as you might expect, it popped out in the cavern. So, yeah, my farm, etc. So going back that way are all those columns, and those were the tops of 2 of them. I assume all of the columns have tops, and maybe when I'm really bored someday, I might excavate some of this out just to confirm that. But I'm not that bored yet. So, I don't know. Call it an Easter egg. I mean, as far as Easter eggs go, I guess it's kind of lame, but, you know, I had no idea what this was. There were dungeons down here just to complicate things, but I took care of it pretty easily, pretty handily. All right, back to the top. Ugh. Most annoying cavern ever. I'm never going down there again. Now this raises an interesting thing. There are baddies spawning on these dark half slabs, and I thought things didn't spawn on half slabs, at least in this version. But maybe I'm wrong. This quadrant here is one that is about 80% lit up. I actually did do a I did a sprint from the coast, from that corner. I went all along the coast over to the far corner in this direction. You can't really see anything there, but here, let's just go up top. There we go. Yeah, so this whole thing is pretty well lit up. A couple fun boxes that were taken care of. Over in that corner, there was a chest that was hovering, well, not hovering, but it was on a little tiny island over in the corner of the lava, and I do have some footage that I'm rolling right now. And nothing exciting in it, really, just stone tools, some food, and a lot of work to get to. So the chests so far on the perimeters, they have not had any wool, except for that one last one that I showed you that had orange wool on it. Yeah, you can still see there are a few floating blocks, and some bad guys will spawn in them. So like I'm pointing at a spider there and a spider there. But yeah, I'm going to keep leveling this thing here. So that's an update for where things stand right now. I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try very quickly to speed things up and try to get those last 3 pieces of wool. I have 3 trophies left, and presumably I haven't destroyed any of it along the way, although that's possible. But I've got 3 quadrants above ground, and then I've got 2 halves down in the Mounds of Doom, and I think that's everything. And I'm going to try to get to that wool in the next episode, like I said, as quickly as possible in order to wrap up the Victory Monument, because then, after that, I will continue to level all this stuff, but I'm probably not going to revisit it until that's done, and that could take months? Years? I don't know. At the rate that I'm working on it, it could take a while. But, you know, obsessively, you got to do what you got to do. So, yeah, thanks for watching this update, and we will see next time when hopefully we go on a quick wool adventure and see what kind of trouble we can get into. So, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.